if you're a producer and you're trying to get TV placements, film placements, video game placements, or any type of placement in media, it's going to be very hard for you to do that if you do not have this. So, funny story. I was just sitting, chilling, having lunch with my oldest son, and we were watching a YouTube video. It was a video of a real estate developer pretty much building this house and just kind of doing a walkthrough of the property to kind of show us the progress and things like that. He was building this house completely from scratch. It was a new build, construction, and all of that stuff. So he was just kind of showing the ins and out, how things are coming along. So my son is watching it with me, and he's just like, wow, Dad, like, is he building that house? That's a nice house. And I was just like, yeah, he's building it. He was just like, wow, he built it from scratch? I was just like, yeah, from the ground up. And he was just like, wow, how did he do that? Like, how did he know how to build that? And I was just like, well, I don't know. What do you think? And he was just like, what? Like, I would hope he would use like a map or something. Otherwise, it'll be wobbly. And it was hilarious because that was just his natural thought process. Like, if he doesn't use a map to build this house will be wobbly and it probably will not stay together. And I was just like, yeah, you're right. The builders probably use some sort of blueprint to know exactly what goes where and the measurements and how to successfully build this house according to the plans that were already mapped out and probably plans that were used for other homes that have been built in the past. And it seemed to work out. And it made me think about sync licensing and honestly, anything. It's just like, yo, if a builder who's been building professionally for years still use a blueprint, like they would still use a blueprint to build a house, even though they've built several houses, why wouldn't we approach everything else we do in life with that same approach? Like, yo, let me find a blueprint first of something that already works and let me apply that so that I don't have to waste years, wasting money on materials, wasting money on laying concrete the wrong way, putting in walls the wrong way. Like, why waste all this money and all this time when I can just follow a proven blueprint? And it definitely reminded me of Sync. In fact, it reminded me of a producer who recently got a win inside of our Sync Producer Hub community. And this is what he had to say. So he says, y'all, my focus has been on reality TV and got a handful of placements, but I just got my first placement on a fully scripted show. Or he said, so grateful to have, that was weird, I just said that, so grateful to have this community and the networking it has provided, along with all the help and learnings from Anthony Clint Jr. A year ago, I didn't know where to even begin, and now I have placements in multiple shows. The dream is becoming a reality and getting closer and closer to being a full-time musician. Put in the work and never give up, and it will happen. And that is like a true testament of just, yo, a year ago, he didn't even know where to begin. Just like the builder on the YouTube video. Like, if he didn't have a blueprint, he didn't know how to build a house. It wasn't until he partnered up with whatever company helped him plan the construction of the house and then provided the builders a blueprint. Now they know exactly what to do. Just like Nate now knows what to do. He knows how to reach out to companies. He knows what to say when he reaches out. He knows how to structure his music so that when he does reach out, they have a higher chance of actually accepting that music because he followed a blueprint. I already made all the mistakes that most producers make when trying to get their music placed in TV and film. So I just created a blueprint to help you navigate around those mistakes so that you can get to the results faster. Just like the builder wants to build that house as fast as possible so he can put a tenant in there, rent it out, and start getting paid as fast as possible. You want to get your music in the right hands and the right publishers and the right supervisors as soon as possible so you can start getting paid for your music as soon as possible. And it was just crazy how like a small kid can understand the concept of, if I don't follow a plan or a blueprint, this could all be wobbly in just the simplest form. And it's true. And that's why I think we should approach everything like that. And sometimes to get to the big win, you have to get to the small wins. And that's an example here. We have another producer, Jamal, who says small wins matter. Just wanted to share a quick win with y'all. Submitted to 2 libraries. Both responded personally asking me to correct the submission format and resubmit directly so I can be added to the queue for review. He says that means 2 real industry reps took the time to reach out, guide me on the proper process, and give me a path forward. That kind of engagement is rare. And it's a good sign that the music made enough of an impression for them to want it done right. So if he wouldn't have taken like just that first step of just pitching the music, that conversation never would have happened. And now he's taking the next step. And then, before you know it, his music is getting placed on TV and film as well. And he's on the way to locking in 2 sync publishing deals. And it even goes beyond TV and film. We have another producer, Zimzada, who literally just produced music for a romance novel authors podcast, which is huge. So she said a few months ago, I posted that I had the opportunity to produce music for a romance novel authors podcast. We had to go through the reviewing of the contract and make sure everything is aligned in favor of myself and the podcasters. Contract was officially signed by all parties involved, and the show will premiere on August 5th. The name of the podcast is The Author Spotlight with Kenya Gori-Bell and Mani Boyce. I hope I pronounced that right. I am excited and nervous at the same time, but most of all grateful. Oh, and I did the voiceover as well. So that's me that introduces the podcast. I was able to do the full song, the intro loop, the melody loop, and the voiceover by itself. This is a non-exclusive deal. So shout out to Zimzada. Like, it goes beyond just TV and film. Like, now Zimzada is using her skills to, produce music and do voiceover for podcasts, which is another opportunity for creators. So we dib and dab in a little bit of everything. Like, we're really trying to use our skills as much as possible in this space. And, we just have a good time just kicking it in Sync Producer Hub. If you want to invite to join our community, just click the link in the description. And yeah, man, a blueprint is it's the cheat code. Like, why figure it out and bump your head when someone has already done it several times? Use a proven blueprint so you can see success faster. Hopefully this was helpful. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.